Once there was a young man who was very angry and frustrated with his life. He felt that he had no control over his emotions and that they often got him into trouble. He decided to seek the help of a Zen master who lived in a nearby monastery. He went to the monastery and asked to see the master. The master welcomed him and invited him to sit down. The young man said, "Master, I have a problem. I am very angry and unhappy. I cannot control my emotions, and they make me do and say things that I regret later. How can I control my emotions and find peace?" The master smiled and said, "I will teach you a simple technique that will help you control your emotions. But first, you must do something for me." "What is it?" the young man asked eagerly. The master said, "Go to the market and buy a large watermelon. Then, bring it back here." The young man was puzzled, but he agreed to do as the master said. He went to the market and bought a large watermelon. He carried it back to the monastery, feeling its weight and wondering what the master had in mind. He returned to the master and said, "Master, I have brought the watermelon. Now, please teach me the technique to control my emotions." The master said, "Very well. Now, hold the watermelon in your hands and smash it on the ground as hard as you can." The young man was shocked. He said, "Master, why do you want me to do that? This watermelon is perfectly good. It would be a waste to smash it." The master said, "Just do as I say. Trust me, it will help you." The young man hesitated, but he decided to follow the master's instructions. He lifted the watermelon above his head and threw it down with all his strength. The watermelon burst open, splashing juice and seeds all over the floor. The young man looked at the mess and felt a surge of anger. He said, "Master, what have you done? You made me waste a good watermelon and create a mess. How is this supposed to help me control my emotions?" The master said, "Now, look at the watermelon. What do you see?" The young man looked at the watermelon and said, "I see a broken watermelon, juice, and seeds." The master said, "Now, look at yourself. What do you feel?" The young man looked at himself and said, "I feel angry, frustrated, and foolish." The master said, "Now, look at me. What do you think?" The young man looked at the master and said, "I think you're a crazy old man who tricked me into doing something stupid." The master said, "You see, you have just learned the technique to control your emotions. It is very simple. Whenever you feel an emotion, whether it is anger, sadness, fear, or joy, just do 14 things. Number 1, emotions are like waves. You can't stop them from coming, but you can choose which ones to surf. Number 2, do not let your emotions be your master, but your servant. Use them to guide you, not to blind you. Number 3, the mind is like a mirror. It reflects everything, but it does not hold anything. Let your emotions pass through without clinging or rejecting. Number 4, when you are angry, you are not angry at someone, but at yourself. Anger is a sign of inner conflict. Resolve it, and anger will disappear. Number 5, when you are sad, you are not sad for someone, but for yourself. Sadness is a sign of attachment. Let go, and sadness will vanish. Number 6, when you are afraid, you are not afraid of something, but of nothing. Fear is a sign of ignorance. Learn, and fear will dissolve. Number 7, when you are happy, you are not happy because of something, but because of nothing. Happiness is a sign of freedom. Enjoy, and happiness will expand. Number 8, emotions are like clouds. They come and go, but they do not change the sky. The sky is your true nature, calm and clear. Remember, and emotions will lose their power. Number 9, emotions are like guests. They knock on your door, but they do not stay. Welcome them, but do not invite them. Treat them, but do not serve them. Thank them, but do not follow them. Number 10, emotions are like flowers. They bloom and wither, but they do not define you. You are the gardener, not the garden. Plant them, but do not own them. Water them, but do not drown them. Prune them, but do not kill them. Number 11, emotions are like colors. They add variety and beauty to your life, but they do not change your essence. You are the canvas, not the painting. Paint them, but do not stain them. Mix them, but do not confuse them. Erase them, but do not destroy them. Number 12, emotions are like seasons. They change and cycle, but they do not last. You are the earth, not the weather. Embrace them, but do not depend on them. Adapt to them, but do not resist them. Renew with them, but do not stagnate with them. Number 13, emotions are like music. They express and inspire, but they do not control you. You are the listener, not the song. Listen to them, but do not judge them. Sing them, but do not imitate them. Dance with them, but do not lose yourself in them. Number 14, Emotions are like fire. They warm and illuminate, but they can also burn and destroy. You are the flame, not the fuel. Light them, but do not start them. Feed them, but do not overfeed them. Extinguish them, but do not smother them. By looking at these 14 aspects, you will be able to understand your emotion better and decide whether to act on it or not. You will be able to control your emotion rather than letting it control you. You will be able to find peace within yourself rather than seeking it outside. The young man listened to the master's words and realized the wisdom in them. He felt a sense of clarity and relief. He said, "Master, thank you for teaching me this technique. I will practice it whenever I feel an emotion. I hope it will help me become a better person." The master said, "You are welcome, my son. Remember, emotions are like watermelons. They can be sweet or sour, juicy or dry, big or small. But they are always impermanent, and they can always be smashed. The choice is yours." Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational videos.